Bitcoin, new highs for everyone's favorite cryptocurrency this week, and also some big news. We'll get to that in a minute. First, let me give you a review of our take on Bitcoin. We talked about in a previous segment how this is the perfect asset for a speculative bubble. What does that mean? Well, there is a good story around it. There's a limited supply. There is no intrinsic value. Nobody can say what Bitcoin is actually worth at any given time. And there is some utility to it, and the use of it continues to increase. So you put all that together, you have this marvelous asset for a speculative bubble. We've said in the past that Bitcoin could go to 1 million, and it could. There's really nothing preventing that. Or it could go to $1, so you could use everything. And some speculators look at that equation and they say, hey, you know, if things go really well, I could get 10x, 100x, 1,000x my money, and all I can lose, meanwhile, is everything. So I'll take that trade. And that's perfectly fine speculative logic as long as you are willing to lose everything. And I think anybody investing in Bitcoin has to be willing to do that, or they are deluding themselves. So what happened this week? Bitcoin forked. What does that mean? Bitcoin, oddly, is run by a community of people, and they decided that they wanted to change the underlying structure, and there was a big argument about whether they should do that for main Bitcoin, whether they should create a new currency. Ultimately, the folks who wanted to create a new currency won, and something called Bitcoin Cash was created. What is Bitcoin Cash? It's basically just another cryptocurrency. It has the same basic kind of structure as Bitcoin, and it shares the name, but now it's a separate currency. If you owned some Bitcoin, you got some Bitcoin Cash. Effectively, the supply of the two currencies has been increased. Now the question is, what happens to the value? So far, things are looking good. Bitcoin has continued to move higher since the fork, and Bitcoin Cash, although it started out as a very high price, the price has come down, but has not completely collapsed. So folks who own Bitcoin doing very well. But this is the sort of thing that if you do believe in the future of Bitcoin, you have to watch. Now that Bitcoin Cash is out there, the question is it going to be adopted, or are people going to start to use it? We think that the most important fundamental chart that you should follow tracking Bitcoin is the actual transactions every day. And over time, that's been increasing, which is good news long-term fundamentally for the currency. But now the question is anybody going to use Bitcoin Cash, or is it just going to be a speculative plaything? Doesn't have to succeed, could go to zero, wouldn't hurt Bitcoin if that happened, but now effectively we have two cryptocurrencies to go with the other passel of cryptocurrencies out there. Unless Bitcoin Cash actually becomes useful in terms of people using it to exchange value back and forth or buy things with it, it will just be a purely speculative plaything, so watch out for that as well. But at this point, Bitcoin still on a tear. Will there be new highs in the future? We'll keep watching.